On the cold, clean waters of Maine's rugged, rocky coast works the equally rugged Maine lobsterman. His day begins well before the sun rises, preparing his boat for the day's haul. He inventories his equipment, fuels his boat, and loads the boat with the necessary lobster bait in preparation for the long day's work ahead on the open ocean. $80 million pounds of Atlantic herring are caught every year to supply Maine's lobster industry. While the basics of lobstering has remained the same for the past 200 years, there have been many advancements that make the lobsterman more efficient and safer on the water. Modern-day marine electronics allow lobstermen to create maps, record the bottom, optimize fuel consumption, monitor all pumps and engines, and to operate the boat in complete fog or darkness with virtually daylight vision.
Filling bait bags and getting ready to make the day easier. I fill them ahead of time. You don't really have to, but I fill like 100 ahead of time. So during the day, you know, it just in case I get behind, I have a few filled, you know.
Yeah.
We put in about 3-4 good handfuls. Don't want to use too much or it sours, and don't want to use too little so it don't fish.
On average, the 6,000 licensed Maine lobstermen catch 125 million pounds of lobster a year, driving the $460 million industry.
Got a couple miles to go, yeah. We're gonna haul away. What are we, an hour? Hour and a half. Put your bands on your claws so they don't bite. Man, what a
Every lobsterman in Maine has a unique color and pattern on his buoys that only he is allowed to pull. Once located, the captain hooks his buoy with a gaff and feeds the rope into a hydraulic hauler. Being many miles from shore, he fishes trawls of traps. A trawl is several traps fished in one line, connected with two buoys. This is a federally mandated regulation which reduces the number of vertical buoy lines in the water column to reduce entanglements with whales. Most lobstermen are allowed 800 traps in their respective zones. In this particular zone, lobstermen are allowed 600 traps. The crew will be fishing 300 traps today. The stern man, or first mate, removes all lobsters from the trap, separating the shorts by immediately throwing them back into the ocean while keeping anything close to keeper size in the crate behind him for a measurement. It is the second mate's job to remove the old bait bag and replace it with a fresh bait bag and ready the trap for resetting. After the last trap is hauled in each trawl, the captain repositions the boat to where he wants to fish the line of traps. He may be looking for a soft or hard bottom transition, a gravel bar, or a crack or crevice in an underwater ledge he found with his electronics. This is where knowledge and experience separates the successful and the not so successful lobsterman. As the captain positions the boat with the trap still on board, the first mate measures and either keeps or pulls the lobster. Lobsters are measured from the rear of the eye socket to the rear of the body shell. All short lobsters must be released to be caught another day. In Maine, there is also an oversized measurement. Any lobsters over a certain size must also be released. The size regulations have been in effect since 1934. When the captain has positioned his boat over the spot he wants to fish, taking the tide and depth into account, he signals the first mate to send the trap overboard. The second mate bands the keeper lobster claws and releases them to the live well below deck before readying more bait bags. The traps are set in reverse to how they were hauled, and the captain steers the boat where he wants the trawl to land on the bottom. Some trawls might be as long as several football fields long. The first mate guides the ropes and traps to prevent any entanglements or traps from going upside down. One of the many dangers of the job is rope entanglement. Getting a foot or limb caught in a deploying rope could be disastrous, and a fisherman could be dragged down to Davy Jones' locker in a matter of seconds.
That's how it's done, dude.
Since 1872, there has been no harvesting of egg-bearing females to protect the industry. When a lobsterman catches a female with visible eggs, they take a V-notch from the same tail fin, which tells other lobstermen she is an egg bearer. She can never be kept with a V in the tail or with eggs visible.
Say something for the camera, boy?
No. That's enough thrashing for one day.
It takes roughly 7 years for a lobster to reach keeper size in Maine waters. It takes 5 one-pound lobsters to make 1 pound of lobster meat.
Did I buy one? Oh, I did. I just bought one right there, $10. You gotta hold the camera still, Mike.
How do you be on this?
No, it's tough.
Look at the speed of the man in there. Quality. What do you have to say to the camera, Joe?
Station on the
You save money if you just use one rubber band on both claws.
When there were such
Bands don't cost me anything.
That's a thing of the past now. Sweet berries and how do you do? More of the songs you know and love coming up. Brothers
Just like that.
as well. And
Somebody's going to be eating good in the neighborhood. There's a quality Maine red lobster right there for you. Nice hard shell.
individual and
Beautiful lobster right there. That's going to eat good for somebody.
on Saturday.
Somebody in the world's going to eat that. My buddy Clay and his crew caught that thing, and they're going to bring it into port for you. There it goes, down the hole.
When you pick out, you want them upright, that way they don't die.
Is that on there?
Now you both let go. That's smart. Good job, guys.